Hello everyone to the Session 2, Week 2 video review. We're going to be talking about the redstone stuff a little bit more this time, and also looking at everybody's different villages and see how they've grown in the last 2 weeks. So, the first thing I wanted to cover was I wanted to remind everybody that all the redstone stuff you need is in the redstone store. And it's the big TNT thing with the nether portal and exit on top. And inside, I have this week adjusted all the prices, so now you get a lot more bang for your buck when you want to buy stuff. So hopefully I'll help out a lot of students that are missing a few things they need, and let everybody else get the stuff they need so that we can all finish our redstone challenges for the week. Alright, and also don't forget about the railroad store. I know some of you have been using it, but with the redstone and the railroad store, you can do some really fun stuff to get around your plots, get around your base area, and make some fun railroads and roller coasters. Alright, so let's take a look at Tribe A, and there's 2 students here that have created and done the logic gates for their houses. So the first one is Bob the Snowman, and Bob the Snowman has done an AND gate. So right now, the door opens, and it opens, and it opens. So this is an AND gate, but it's a little bit confusing because what it is it's an AND gate with a reversed output, because like the door I showed in class, he made the same thing, but when in class I had to do the inverter, the little extra step, so that it would stay closed more often and not open more often. But otherwise, this is the AND gate to a T, and he worked really hard on this, and he had a few bugs he had to figure out, but it's totally awesome, and he's totally getting all that money for doing it. The other one over here is Loyboy, and Loyboy did some really cool stuff, and he's getting both the Pusher Award and the Logic Gate, because one, his door is now a pusher door, so I cannot get through unless I can get the sticky pistons to pull the blocks out of the way. He's got 2 inputs. He's got one right there, which you can't get to from the outside. See, I can't trigger it. I can't target it. And the other one is over here. Now this is kind of tricky. He's got pool of water. He's got some redstone. It doesn't really go anywhere. But if you look through, you can see he's got a sign how to get into his house. So let's take a look what we have down here. Oh, we got a thing. We hear the pistons moving. So how do we keep this active? Alright, well, the easy answer is we throw something into the water. And now, power goes through, turns off this power, and we can get inside. Pretty cool. And then we use this switch if we're inside, and we can lock people out. So he's got his logic gate. This is an OR gate. See, either or works. And if he wants to come out and close it, he just jumps back down, collects the object, and his door closes again. Pretty cool stuff. So both these guys did a great job, and they will be getting the rewards for it. The other one that was cool in this group was that the Bondman is trying to build the auto sorter, which is no easy task, I can tell you. But he's doing it, and it's gonna be awesome when he does complete it, and he'll get a big reward when it's finished. But you can see he's getting it set up, and he'll have a few bugs. It took me a while the first time I built one to really figure it out, but it's really cool. He's going to try and do that because that's a really tough build, and I look forward to helping him this week, and hopefully we can get it done and working, and he can show people how it works. Alright, and then in addition, they've been working on their Sky Garden a little bit. They got their Sky Lanterns up, and that's looking pretty good. And once they finish that, they'll have both their vanity building done, and they'll have their production building done. So their town will be no longer a small little tiny village, but I will start calling it more of a town to reference it. And then somebody also built a giant pillar. I don't know who did that, but good job. Alright, let's go look at Tribe B. Tribe B. They've been doing a lot of work. The cool thing here is not only that their new people land and they're working on their house, but Cocoa Cookies has been really busy, and they have added furniture. They got a horse in here, little minecart thing, and they have a pretty nifty second floor now, where she built the second floor. It's got nice lighting, looks good. It's got a bedroom with 2 doors. It's got a little bunny rabbit, and she's making cool furniture. I really like this, taking kind of objects to make things look more like furniture and less like just a block. So really great job here. I was really impressed when I saw this. So hopefully this week she'll work a little bit on the redstone part and get this doorway set up. And then over here we have Megadog's house. And not only did Megadog add a pool, which, you know, please do not get into unless you're asked to, but she's also working on the gate, the AND gate, to help control her front door. So hopefully this week we'll get that finished and she'll get tons of money for it. And then I know that their leader, Leo, he was off in the Nether trying to find another fortress. So we'll see if he's successful this next week. Alright, Group C, they've been working on their house up here. They started to work on their logic gate, but they haven't finished it. Right now it's just got the inside lock. He's going to add something on the outside to give it a second input, and he'll get that done. And they were off adventuring and doing stuff, and I think he's added a little bit more stuff. He's added a light switch to his house, and that's right, he's got his upper area. So pretty cool little thing. He's got a dispenser there. It's empty right now though. But yeah, so they've been working hard. There was only 2 of them this week, so we'll see how they do when the full group is back. Tribe D has been getting bigger and bigger. I know that they have more and more students. They got super huge plots. They got lots and lots of chests and enchanting tables and there's stuff going on over here. They got nice everything. They did work on their little vanity building, the vanity plot. So they got a little face mask going on up there. It's just cool. And they've been working on a garden. They're going to have to make this a little bit bigger. But they are starting to try and design a little garden for their village. So that was good. And I believe NCC Jedi, if I can get into his house, he has also been working on a railroad to go deep into the dungeon real quick. So he's been working hard on that, and I look forward to seeing it when it's complete. Alright. This week we're also going to be trying to get more people here to focus more on the redstone, because nobody here was doing it, but that was because they were a little bit busy with some new students, getting them up to speed, and getting them money so they could build houses. Alright, and Tribe E. Tribe E, they got their new player's house going. This house is still looking really nice, but he was off adventuring. They got their farmland. They got a vanity kind of jumping platform. And Checkwing also built a pusher door that is an ore gate, because you can use either ore. Now, one problem you might have with a pusher door is this. Uh-oh. So what happens when you use an OR gate and suddenly the one inside is closed? How do you get back in? Well, you don't. You gotta break it. You gotta do that. And then we gotta get our birch and replace it so that he still has a door. So remember, be careful where you put your levers, because if you can get to that lever from outside, you can lock yourself out. And cause yourself a little bit of a headache. So be careful. That's why Loyboy's design, where you cannot get to that lever from the outside, really was a good idea. really stops people from causing trouble and locking him out of his own house. Alright. Oh, look at Creeper. Should we make him supercharged? Alright. Nothing like a little bit of a lightning to make a Creeper just a little bit more interesting. Mr. Creeper, you're not going to blow up these sheep, are you? Of course not. He's a good Mr. Creeper. Alright. So, that is everybody's houses. That's the redstone stuff. To give you a little quick sneak peek of what we're going to be working on this next week is not only discussing comparators and all the cool stuff they can do, but also looking at using the sticky pistons a little bit more, how to use them, how to wire them up, what's the goal for them, what's some cool stuff they do, and some of the tricks and stuff. So my goal is that everybody is able to build this kind of a trap door. So what am I made of trap door? Well, so here's the door. Let's say this is your floor. So you come walking along, and all of a sudden you hit a switch, you hit a tripwire or something, and you trigger the thing. So, and then it drops that person straight down into a hole of lava, of spiders, of monsters, who knows what. But the idea is that it's an automated door, a single switch to activate it, and no matter what you do, it always opens up and drops, and it's very, very quick, so they don't have a lot of chance to react. And if you do this right, you can actually build these to be a little bit wider, but it's a little bit, it gets a lot more complicated. But this is why sticky pistons are cool. I like trapdoors, I like making mazes, I like making lots of crazy stuff, and sticky pistons are really the biggest enabler of that, where you can do lots of crazy things with them. So that is what we'll be doing and talking about this week, and probably the week after it, because it's get complicated. And I look forward to seeing you guys all on Thursday, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.